I'm an evangelist for study abroad. I think that it's just one of the most important and crucial pieces of your education in college, because you leave and it's really wonderful to be an outsider and to sort of see the United States from a far remove, to be a foreigner in a place and an outsider. I think that's wonderful.
My first experience was with Distinguished Scholars my first year at Augustana, and I went to Scotland with Sandra Looney. And that was, I think, a really good experience as far as getting out of my comfort zone. I had never traveled internationally before, and so this was a really big step for me.
This past January, I went to India with Sandra Looney and Janet Blank-Liebra. Sandra is of the English department, and Janet is English and journalism. And then we had Lindsay Twa of the art department was along as well.
And we went to 8 different cities in India and just kind of traveled all of northern India, went everywhere, did everything, saw everything.
There were about 30 of us on the trip, and we traveled from everywhere from Delhi to Mumbai to Jaipur to Agra to Varanasi. I mean, we were all over, especially the north part of India, and really saw about as much as you can expect to see in a month.
And it really, I think, shaped how I think about social justice. It was a very thought-provoking experience.
And it was a really rich experience, just seeing these spectacular marvels that were made on the other side of the world, as well as seeing the way people live, you know, both the good and the bad of it.
In my 15 years at Augustana, I've led 13 study abroad courses. One of the courses that I led quite recently was we studied the Troubles in Northern Ireland, which now fortunately is a part of history, but during the 1970s, 80s, 90s, Belfast was busy ripping itself apart in this slow-burning civil war. So I took students over there and we studied the peace process, and we talked to activists, and we talked to former paramilitary fighters and police and artists, and it was just such an all-encompassing sort of way to approach issues of political violence and how we might move towards issues of peace and social justice and reconciliation.